right, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation by Luis.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us pray. Dear God, thank you for your amazing power and work in our lives. Thank you for your goodness and for your blessings over us. Thank you that you are able to bring hope through even the toughest of times, strengthening us for your purposes. Thank you for your great love and care. Thank you for your mercy and grace. Thank you that you are always with us and will never leave us. Thank you for your incredible sacrifice so that we might have freedom and life. As we look forward to the Thanksgiving holiday, we pray and thank you above all. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Amen. We'll start with the Director's Administrative Report and line item A, Crossings and Revenues Report for October 2021.
Good afternoon, board members, chairman, city officials. For the record, Fred Brown, Director of Operations at the Pharr Bridge. I'd like to present the crossings and revenues for the month of October, fiscal year 2021-2022. This is the first month of the fiscal year. On page number 3, we have cars. These are cars that are traveling from U.S. to Mexico. For the month of October, we crossed a total of 33,259 truck cars, which represents a decrease of 12,359, or a decrease of 27.9%. Also like to share with you the other crossings from other ports of entry on cars. We had Gateway, an increase of 22,088. Veterans, an increase of 24,660. Free Trade Los Indios, an increase of 1,533. A combination of 3 bridges, an increase of 48,281. Eagle Pass, an increase of 45,438. Laredo Bridge, an increase of 69,514. McAllen Hidalgo, an increase of 61,353. And Salduas, an increase of 14,502. Combination of both bridges, an increase of 75,855 cars. Progreso Bridge, they show an increase of 3,431. Donna Bridge, an increase of 8,765. The Pharr Bridge, we had a decrease of 12,359 cars. These on cars. On page number 4, we have the truck crossings. These are trucks for the month of October. These are trucks that are traveling from the U.S. to Mexico through the Pharr Bridge. Total crossings that we had for the month of October, we crossed a total of 64,306 trucks, which represents an increase of 4,914, or an increase of 8.27% for the month of October. As well, I'd also like to share with you other crossings from other ports of entry for the month of October. We have Veteran Los Tomates, a decrease of 5,798, a decrease of 23%. Free Trade Los Indios, a decrease of 916 trucks, a decrease of 42%. Combination of both bridges, a decrease of 6,714 trucks, with a decrease of 25%. Eagle Pass, they had an increase of 656 trucks, 4% increase. Laredo, they had an increase of 1,589, an increase of 1%. Pharr Bridge, we had an increase of 4,914, an increase of 8%. Progreso Bridge, they had an increase of 1,188, 27% increase. And Salduas Bridge, they had an increase of 890 trucks, an increase of 53%. Page number 5, we have the northbound truck crossings. These are trucks that are traveling from Mexico to the U.S. through the Pharr Bridge, through CBP. The month of October, we crossed a total of 55,089 trucks, which represents a decrease of 7,257 compared to last year's same month, or a decrease of 11.64%. On the agriculture side, the Pharr International Bridge total 16,166 crossings for the month of October, representing 30% of the imports that are coming from Mexico to the U.S. As well, on the agriculture side, the agriculture at the Pharr International Bridge import lot show an increase of 76 trucks, more trucks than last year, or an increase of 0.47% over the same fiscal month in 2020-2021. On page number 6, we have a combination of both southbound and northbound. For the month of October, we crossed a total of 119,395 trucks, which represents a decrease of 2,343, or a decrease of 1.92%. Page number 7, we have the revenues. Total revenue collected for the month of October, we collected a total of $1,418,151, which represents an increase of $40,963, or an increase of 2.97%. On page number 8, we have the crossings by axles. As requested, we have cars. We crossed a total of 33,626 cars. On the 2-axle trucks, we crossed a total of 2,888. 3-axle trucks, 4,759. 4-axle trucks, 1,458. 5-axle trucks, we crossed a total of 45,912. 6 axles, 8,811. Mobile homes, we crossed 2. Wide loads, 89. Special crossings, 28 crossings. Chairman, board members, this concludes my report. Again, this is the first month for fiscal year 2020, 2021, 2022. If you have any questions,
Any questions? Thank you.
just to let you know on the reasons on the decrease for Brownsville it's on the gas and oil. Crossings that are coming this way through the Pharr Bridge. That's one of the reasons why they had a decrease in Brownsville. Thank you.
Fred, what was that again? The decrease was
The
on what?
decrease was gas and oil.
Increase.
Tankers. The decrease that Brownsville had,
Oh, okay.
that's
But
the
we're-
gas and oil. They're
we're
coming
co-
this
it's
way
coming
to
through Pharr.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That is correct.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fred.
Yes, sir.
We continue with line item B, which is the finance report for October 2021.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, city administrators, for the record, Luis Bazan, Bridge Director. We do have Carla Saavedra, Finance Director for the city, to give you a full report on the bridge financial summary.
Good afternoon, Carla Saavedra, Finance Director for the record. Well, pretty much the information that you have in front of you in your package gives the snapshot of what Mr. Browen already presented, which is the crossings and the revenues of the first month of the fiscal year. Page number 1 gives like a snapshot of how much we expected to collect in total revenues for the first month. We projected $1.3 million, and we actually collected $1.4 million, which is pretty good. So we're above the budget expectations, and we're above compared to last year's. So we're starting the fiscal year in a very, very good, we have a very good start of the fiscal year. And then at the bottom is just a summary of the expenses. Again, a total of $1.03 million of expenses with $1.4 million in revenue. That gives us $411,000 of net profit as of the month of October 2021. The next page, again, this is the first month of the fiscal year. So budget-wise, because everybody is within their budget, right? So each line item, it's pretty much where they should be. The only one that it's a little bit off is the vehicle usage, and that one it's because of the gas prices. So I guess, but we have more than room in other accounts to make a budget adjustment to accommodate for that, so we should be okay. And then at the bottom, it's just like the summary as to how much we have spent today in construction in the 3 main construction projects, which is the bridge expansion and DAP 15 and 16, just so that you can have an idea of the financing that we did, the money, the proceeds that we got from the bonds, how much we have spent for those projects. And the last page, it's again summarizing what Mr. Browen just presented, just in a more graphic, colorful way. But the southbound, which is the money maker for us, is the 8.27%. We did see a decrease in the other sources like the cars and the northbound, but they don't have a fiscal effect in our books. So I guess the ones that I look up for, it's the southbound. So as long as those are up,
Good.
that's the one that brings the money.
Right.
And that's all I have. If you have any questions in a specific.
What's your budget for operating expense for this year? For the new year?
$3.8 million. Operating only.
Operating only.
Increase or decrease?
We increased the operating budget, yes, compared to last year.
And expected revenue for this year? What we have budgeted?
14. For this fiscal year, yes, it's $14 million. We projected a 4% increase compared to last year for the whole year
On revenue.
on revenue.
So that should be closer to 15, no?
Yes,
Because we hit 14 and change, right?
and we're always conservative, I guess. More than likely, we're gonna end more than that.
And the projection, it was from the budget and not the actual, correct? He's talking about the 14 that we ended up with, and you
Right.
do your increase on budget, not the actual. or you use
We
the
actually projected based on actual.
actual?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other
Any
questions?
other
Jen?
questions? No. Good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll continue with line item C, which is the engineer's report.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, city administrators, we do have Omar Zaldúa, our city engineer, to give you a complete report on our projects.
Good afternoon, Chairman, board members. So Maran Saldua, City Engineer for the record. Just gonna quickly go over some of the projects that are currently under construction and then the ones that are in design. We'll start off with the ones in construction. The bridge facility expansion phase 2, that one's complete 100%. We should be doing a final walkthrough this coming month just to make sure no issues are left pending. And then close it out by December. So that one's done. We should be getting that one closed out. Next slide. This is the one that the FY15 DAP. This is the one with the 2 northbound lanes and second BSIF expansion. We're at about 76% on time, about 50% on what's been placed to date. Some of the big ticket items are going to start kicking in. The booths, the 2 northbound lane booths and canopy. Those are already under construction. So by next month, we're going to see that 52% kind of climb up to probably about 70% to kind of get in line with the time. This project is contracted to be completed in May, but contractor has indicated that he should probably be complete maybe by March, a little earlier than the schedule. Weather's been good. Everything's moving along. No more unforeseen changes. You know, we've hit a lot of utilities and we've kind of got over those hiccups, all those hurdles. So now it's just kind of moving along pretty fast. So we should be early next year, we should be done with this project, and then that'll kind of kick into the other projects that are under design. We can move on to the next. And these are just pictures of, you can kind of see the columns that were poured for the 2 northbound lanes. Next slide. And then these are the projects that are tentatively projected. Bridge facility expansion phase 3, that's still being planned. We haven't contracted a consultant for that. You know, we're coordinating with Bridge just to see budget-wise what we want to do for phase 3 of the building office renovations. I know there's some ideas there. Commercial vehicle staging, that's the truck staging yard. We're still kind of waiting on TxDOT to give us final approval on the permeable pavement option that we want to do. It's a combination of concrete and permeable pavement. So we're hoping to get that done. Dock expansion phase. This is the Ag Lab cold storage inspection and then the dry docks. That project is 100% complete design-wise. We'll be submitting that to TxDOT probably next week. And then we'll wait for them to approve it. And that one can't go out for bid till we finish FY15. So earliest we anticipate probably taking that one out for bid is probably May of next year, I would say. Realistically, May would probably be the earliest we can go out for bids and get that one out on the street. And then second span, we got some good news to report. We finally got the draft AFA from TxDOT, and that's going to be on the city commission on December 6th to finally get into that agreement with TxDOT to formally go forward with that project from TxDOT's standpoint. So that's going to allow us to get the environmental process going. Even though we've been working on it, that's going to help expedite that environmental process to get that clearance. And, you know, we do have a representative from our consultant SEA that's here, Sid Milky. They actually did a bridge inspection with TxDOT today. And Sid, I don't know if you want to share anything from everything good? So, you know, I think the no major findings on the bridge on our current bridge, some minor repairs and stuff like that, but SEA is diligently working on that second span, and the idea is to try to go out for bids, you know, probably by June of next year or earlier. That's going to depend on how fast TxDOT gives us the environmental clearance from our end, we should be able to finish the plans in about 6 months. And anything, I think those are all the projects, if there's any questions.
I have a question, just to refresh. Why are you waiting on TxDOT for the approval?
On the
Are they funding that
Yeah, they're funding about $4 million on that project.
on the
Yeah,
staging?
on the staging, yeah, there's 4
Okay.
million from TxDOT, so that's why it involves their approval on that one.
Okay.
And that staging, where is it exactly? It's inside, right?
It's on half of East Highline.
So I wrote in Highline.
Yeah, behind Transmaritime, so 20 acres, about 255 spaces, truck spaces. That's kind of what we projected to fit there.
It's between a truck stop and a rest area.
Yeah, there's
kind
gonna
of
be
thing.
other amenities we're looking to do in there, so.
The user would be like the northbound or southbound users of the bridge, or?
I think both.
But it's gonna be used a lot for trucks that come in live load, a lot of the produce, or guys that are like waiting to hook or pick up trailers, so.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is part of what, we had a meeting maybe like 4 years ago where TxDOT was there, that there were, that the new engineer for them, that said that if you find the land, we'll build it. And, I guess that project is getting done now.
Yes.
A lot of the industrial parks right now on the south side, they're
Right.
at night, trucks are just
Yeah.
parked alongside of the road.
Yeah, that they complain
So the
about.
point of this is to get the congestion
Yes.
off the streets
Yeah,
and into a segregated area.
yes. Take the load off of our streets and pavement, they deteriorate with all that heavy traffic, and so this will be a place for them to stage those vehicles.
All right.
Omar, just one last question, if I may. Once the DAP 15 is completed, can trucks use the TxDOT exit? Would they be able to use it or not?
Well, it depends because their facility might not be complete. We'll have the exit, but they're still working on the gate-to-gate BSIF exit. Theirs is scheduled to probably be complete in July from what their timeline is, more July. So we might be finished with our project, but the trucks won't have anywhere to go, until their facilities are complete. So we're working hand in hand, but their timeline is like July of 2022 to finish that project. So we're a little ahead of them.
You gotta move fast because
Yeah, I
Mexico's
know.
moving fast on the.
Yeah, we're moving fast, so,
On the second span.
definitely.
All right. Any other questions?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Omar. Just real quick, I wanted to add, because I know that part of what we're doing with the bridge expansion is also bilateral, it's binational. So Mexico has a huge role to play in here. And I know that Chairman Delgadillo was able to travel with us to Mexico City about 3 weeks ago when we met with all the major federal agencies. But more importantly, I think that the meeting that really struck a chord with us and really was a positive note was the meeting with the construction company owner. I mean, these folks are just ready for Banobras to set up the money, set up the funds, November, December, as we've been discussing for several meetings now. And then they're ready to start construction. They're already on board. They can mobilize machinery, they can mobilize personnel. And I think, again, it was just a very positive turnout, very positive meeting, allowing us to continue to move forward and on to next steps. I don't know, maybe the chairman wanted to share some comments about that, but we did have a very successful trip about 3 weeks ago to Mexico City. Moving forward.
I guess part of what we want to share is what we've already seen, which is the expansion of the road from the connector to the aduana, which was fairly quick.
Fast.
I mean, I know it created some pains for a lot of users to a certain extent, but it's expanded already. One of the things that the builder or the contractor mentioned was that it was going to be way easier
Yes.
and way faster to build a second span than it was to build that piece, because they don't have to worry about right-of-ways and stuff like that. They already have everything. There's not gonna be anybody in their way. They're basically building on top of the water and on top of the fields. And they have everything lined up. And the meeting to get the approval basically will be, I think, November the 26th or
End
25th.
of the month.
So he was ready to build the next day, once he gets that final signature. So that's what I told him. They're moving quick. So let's make sure they don't have their side and It looks like a trampoline for us over here. So, I mean, that's all I wanted to share. And we had a great meeting. We had all the people like we expressed there, all the decision makers were there. You know, the guys that are authorizing it, the guys that are gonna fund it, and they're ready to go. They're just going through their formalities, basically what we do here, bring it to the board, to the commission. They do that at the end of the month, and after that, they're ready to build. So, and the project is already assigned to their main contractor, which is a contractor they use, so it eliminates a lot of the red tape. The contractor is also the one that has a concession for the bridge. So it's kind of, they want to build it better so they can operate it better. So that's an incentive to them to do it a lot quicker. So.
And I think timelines are the biggest issue for any construction project. And for these guys, it's no big deal. You know, as we mentioned last time, and you mentioned it right now, with that expansion road, they had, 8 months of construction timeline. They finished it in half the time, in 4 months. So that just kind of goes to prove how professional this company is. They are known pretty much worldwide. I mean, they not only do roadways, they do bridges, they do seaports, they do public utilities projects, water projects. Right now, as a matter of fact, they're the ones in charge of the roadway, the Supervia leading to Monterrey, to and from Monterrey. So they've been working on that for several years now. So they're all over the place, and we're really glad that we're on good hands, in good terms, and in good hands with them. We're excited.
And they've been around for about 72 years.
72 years.
So it's a solid company. We're hoping.
It's not the same company that did it originally,
No,
It's a different one.
no, they were not the ones. That's the question that keeps coming up. They're going to have the ripple effect, right? It was meant for a reason. It was meant to, I think, slow people down, but it was also an error at the time. It got fixed.
Drivers
though.
away.
It slowly got fixed throughout the years. We'll avoid that this time around. Yes, Mr. Chairman, that's a good segue into my director's report. So I just have a couple of items that I wanted to bring up before we go into our discussion and action sessions. And then I would like to also take it into executive session for my last item, which is F.
Okay.
So for the director's report, as you know, one of the things we've been planning on is the MOU with COMCE, which is the Association for Exporters from Mexico. This is something we've been talking about for several months. We were finally able to get it approved by the board, also approved by the city commission. Right now, we're just trying to coordinate dates. I know that they would like for us to be out there the week of the 29th through the 30th. It's probably going to be tough because of QTF. So I've been talking to our person in charge of there, so to ensure that if I am needed for that, I do have ability to be at that meeting, but also be able to join the QTF meeting. So we'll work with that schedule and see what we can come up with. But that is something that's pressing. That's something that we need to get going already. And this will get us in line for the beginning of the next calendar year, starting in January, with some of our plans for cross promotion and allowing us to really sell the bridge to a lot of these exporters that might be using other bridges right now. It'll be a great opportunity for us. The other one is we had a really good discussion with UTRGV. UTRGV, the School of Engineering and Science, reached out, and they wanted for us to talk to their students who are working on their dissertations and papers about wait times and things of that nature. So the professor in charge, turns out he is a scholar, and he's got a big background, a huge background in queuing times for trucks. So this is something we were not aware of. It's something that we would like to take a closer look at, maybe develop some type of a case study for the Pharr International Bridge. Going forward, we talked about emissions. We talked about a lot of different things that could be beneficial. And at the end of the day, going back to QTF, this is good data to have. It'll allow us to obviously improve on what we're already working on. So we're really looking forward to continuing those conversations and hopefully get some type of a study coordinated with this professor and his students. The other thing is the overweight. I know this is something that came up at the last meeting or the last couple of meetings. So we did get together with the RMA, with Pilar Rodriguez at the RMA. He did share the original findings or the original plans, the original studies for the overweight corridor. One of the things we're trying to do is, it's twofold. One of the things we're trying to do is find a way to kind of piggyback off of the RMA on the overweight permit, but this would be mostly for southbound. So right now, we're just trying to determine these trucks that go east and west, not so much north and south, because those are the ones that are going to be able to, we're going to be able to tag on the way back. And then the other one is the weigh-in motion that we've been discussing. So we've been working with Eddie Gutierrez. I don't know if Eddie Gutierrez, here he is. We've been working with him on this, and there's a lot more information that's come our way. Just as of yesterday, we spoke with the DPS, and DPS was also able to share some really good information for us that's going to help us in this study. So once we get that complete, we give it another 2 to 3 weeks. Hopefully by the next board meeting, we'll have something that we can share with everybody here, so we can make a final determination to see if it's actually feasible for us to do this. Because right now, obviously, any additional surcharge on top of the tolls, unless we go up on tolls, we just have to figure out a way to work with the trade, work with our customers. And the other one is the travel. So every year, as you know, every year we put together a travel calendar. Starting in January, we released that calendar. I know Ezequiel's been working on it. We've had some different ideas of what we're going to do this year with our travel budget. So this is a time to kind of open it up as well to any suggestions, anything that might come to hit your desk, hit your computers, that we might be able to tag along with, something that we're not looking at already. But again, I think the best solution here is to be more selective at what we do from a marketing, from a promotional standpoint. And that's going to lead us also to item F, which we're going to discuss in executive. But again, I just want to ensure that you guys will be getting this travel schedule or this calendar, and feel free to add to it and let us know if there's anything of interest that you would like for us to be attending or be a part of.
Please backtrack
Yes.
a bit. When you mentioned
Yes.
the RMA,
Yes.
if we're going to discuss it again next month, if we can also get with Cindy and get an update on the new infrastructure bill.
Yes,
See how
absolutely.
that
That'll
money
be
is
great.
going to funnel down to the
Mhm.
bridges.
Yes, sir. We will definitely put it on the agenda. Yes. Anything else? Anything further?
Any other questions? We'll move on to the administrative report,
Okay.
and we'll start with the approval of minutes for October 2021, and we need a motion. A
Second.
motion by Mr. Flores, second Mr. Martinez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. And then line item B, discussion and action, if any, on the renewal of the Transportation Intermediaries Association membership for $660. Need a motion.
A motion. Second.
Motion, Mr. Martinez. Second, Mr. Hernandez. All in favor?
Aye.
Go to line item C, discussion and action, if any, on renewing the Rio Grande Valley Partnership Chamber of Commerce membership for $2,500. We need a motion.
A motion.
A motion, Mr. Martinez.
Second.
Second by Mr. Flores. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Line item D, discussion and action, if any, on the 2022 National Customs Brokers and Forwarders Associations of America membership for $810. We need a motion also.
A motion.
A motion from Mr. Martinez. Second by Mr. Flores. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Discussion and action, if any, on the proposal of the World City for the 2021 Pharr Trade Numbers Book. On that one, you need a motion, Luis, or
To discuss,
discuss?
please.
No, it would be to approve an action as well.
Good.
We need the amount, no?
Yeah, 65,000. 65,500. This is something we've been doing since 2012.
This item E, that you were.
E, we need a motion for item E.
Motion.
Motion from Mr. Flores,
A second.
second by Mr. Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. And for line item B, F, I'm sorry. In accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, Section 551.071 to .087, the Pharr International Bridge Board hereby notifies it will now meet in a closed executive session to discuss the items listed to the public portion of the meeting agenda. The time now is 12:31. We're back over executive. The time is 1:23 PM. Item F is no action. We don't need a motion for it, do
No,
No.
it's not an action item.
we? Okay. All right, so now we do need a motion to adjourn unless you got anything else, Luis?
No,
to
sir,
add?
that would
I'll
be it
make-
for today.
No,
Make
just
a
wanna,
motion to adjourn.
Oh, yes, no, there is.
oh,
You all should have received this. You all should
No,
have
we haven't.
received this, so every year, except for last year because of the pandemic, for the last at least 3 years or so, we've been doing this, this end of the year, kind of Thanksgiving mixed with Christmas and looking forward to the new year, for our customers, the customer appreciation and for our employees at the bridge. So we want to invite you to come to this. This is going to be on December the 17th, starting at 6 p.m. there at the bridge. Expect nothing but the best food, nothing but the best entertainment. So we're really excited about bringing it back this year. We're going to have some cabritos and
Do you need anything?
pizzas. We'll reach out. Yeah, we will reach out in case. I know that Vanessa is really good about following up with some of you guys that have participated in the past as far as donating
Count on us, yeah.
food products and things of that nature. So we just wanted to extend the invitation officially, and we thank you all for today's meeting.
Make a motion to adjourn.
yeah, we need a motion to adjourn. A motion, Mr. Hernandez,
Second.
second by Mr. Martinez, all
Happy
in favor?
Thanksgiving, guys.
Aye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.